The title of this video is Diagon Alley and Harry Potter's Introduction to the Wizarding World. Hi, this is Mr. Lowe, the English teacher. In Chapter 5, Diagon Alley of Book 1, The Sorcerer's Stone, Harry learned 5 new lessons or realizations. These emotional insights of Harry are: 1. He's liberated from the Dursley family. 2. I am famous. 3. I'm rich. 4. He is the opposite of Draco Malfoy. 5. Intimation of greatness. These psychological stages are packed into a very tight time frame in Chapter 5, Diagon Alley. Although many Harry Potter fans appreciate Diagon Alley for its awesomeness and how you get access to it by tapping some bricks on the wall with a wand, its actual significance is the initiation of Harry into the wizarding world. Here's what's happened prior to Chapter 5, Diagon Alley. We've met Harry, we've met the Dursley family, we've seen Harry's miserable existence. Suddenly the Dursley house is flooded with owls bringing all kinds of letters addressed to Mr. Harry Potter under the stairs and everywhere else Harry Potter happens to be. Uncle Vernon tries frantically to destroy the letters, which are letters inviting Harry to go to Hogwarts. In desperation, Uncle Vernon packs everyone into the car and takes them to an old shack on a remote island. Nonetheless, at the stroke of midnight, as Harry turns 11, the door is smashed open and an 8-foot giant named Hagrid enters the room. Rubeus Hagrid, keeper of keys and grounds at Hogwarts, has come for Harry. Hagrid brings a birthday cake and food, and Harry is delighted. However, Harry has never heard of Hogwarts or known that he was a wizard, especially a famous wizard. Finally, Hagrid gives Harry his acceptance letter to Hogwarts and tells him the story about his parents. The next day, Harry wakes up and feels his whole world has changed. He felt as though, quote, a large balloon was swelling in him, close quote. Hagrid tells him that he's in charge of taking Harry to buy him his robes, his course books, and other paraphernalia. Off Harry and Hagrid go to London. They walk through the streets, but none of the stores look like they sell magic things. They come to a small, shabby-looking pub called the Leaky Cauldron. Harry had the most peculiar feeling that the other muggles couldn't see it, that only he and Hagrid could see it. Of course, everyone in the bar recognizes Hagrid. Suddenly, they realize who the boy is with Hagrid. "Bless my soul," whispered the old bartender. "Harry Potter! What an honor!" Close quote. All the wizards and witches in the pub say the same thing. They're honored and delighted to meet the famous Harry Potter. Then Hagrid takes Harry through the brick wall into Diagon Alley. Harry couldn't believe what he's seeing. Shops selling all kinds of cauldrons, apothecary stores selling dragon liver, an owl emporium, a broomstick store, a robe store, and finally Gringotts Bank. In Gringotts, the goblins take Harry deep into the subterranean bowels of the bank until they come to Harry's vault. In Harry's vault is a heap of wizard money, galleons, sickles, and knuts. So now Harry realizes he is rich. Harry takes some of his gold and then it's off to shopping. At the robes store, Harry meets Draco Malfoy. Draco is a snob and Harry takes an instant dislike to him because Draco only likes to talk about money and who your parents are. Draco boasts about getting a racing broom and says that he'll smuggle it into the school somehow. Quote, Harry was strongly reminded of Dudley, close quote. Next, Draco boasts, quote, I know I'll be a Slytherin. All of our family have been, close quote. Then Draco points at Hagrid in a disparaging way. Oh, I've heard of him. He's a sort of a servant, isn't he? Close quote. Quote, Harry was liking the boy less and less every second, close quote. Draco said, quote, I heard he's a sort of a savage, close quote. Harry says coldly, quote, I think he's brilliant. Draco says, quote, "Why is he with you? Where are your parents?" Close quote. Harry says, "They're dead." He didn't much feel like going into the matter with this boy. Quote, "Oh, sorry," says Draco, "but they were our kind, weren't they?" Close quote. "I really don't think they should let the other sort in, do you?" Close quote, says Draco. Fortunately, the conversation ends at this point, and Harry is quite glad not to have to go on talking with the snobby boy. And of course, Draco is a foil here. Everything that Draco says is the opposite of Harry. Despite number 2, I am famous, number 3, I am rich, and number 5, intimation of greatness, Harry remains a humble boy. He probably has more to boast of than Draco, but boasting is not in Harry's nature. Harry is not fake. He is authentic. Malfoy, on the other hand, malfoi in French, or bad faith, is a through-and-through phony. Hagrid fills Harry in about Quidditch and Hogwarts' 4 houses. They buy Harry's books, a cauldron, and some potion ingredients. Hagrid buys Harry a birthday present, an owl. Lastly, they go to Ollivanders to get a wand. Ollivanders, makers of fine wands since 372 BC, is a strange shop. Mr. Ollivander instantly recognizes Harry and tells him he also picked the wands for Harry's mother and father, as well as Voldemort. Harry tries dozens of wands that don't fit him until he finds the one that feels right. It is the twin to the one that Voldemort has. Quote, "The wand chooses the wizard, remember? I think we must expect great things from you, Mr. Potter," says Mr. Ollivander. Harry is very quiet as they leave Diagon Alley. He says he doesn't know a thing about magic. How can people expect great things of him? But Hagrid tells him he'll be all right. And with that, Hagrid leaves him until September 1st. The Harry that is going back to the Dursleys for a few more weeks will be very different from the Harry of 2 days ago. This Harry now has an identity. He knows his world and he knows his family. And it's for sure not the Dursley family. This is Mr. Lowe, the English teacher, Harry Potter fan number 1. I hope you like the Sorcerer's Stone and Chapter 5 Diagon Alley as much as I do. See you next time.